we just finished the med ball throws. The reason we're doing those is you work on horizontal power. We're going to be doing some acceleration work right after that, and so horizontal power translates to acceleration work. Then on the next thing, we're going to be doing some hurdles, which is just working on our ground contact times, and then eventually again progressing to bigger hurdles as we do this more often. So
What's the plan, Alex?
plan is to go to another high school, finish the workout, go about our day, not come here this week. Track number 2, attempt number 2. Part 2 at the track. The last thing that we have for the remainder of the morning, we just have 400 meter repeats. So we'll be going, running in circles for the next 20-30 minutes. Alright, so we're at Chiso's Boots here in Austin off South First. We're meeting with them. They're looking to expand their content strategy. We're coming in just to have a first conversation and kind of see what it's about, and we're also going to check out the HQ, which I'm pumped about.
Hey, how you guys doing? Welcome to the
Man.
shop. Welcome to the shop.
Amazing.
This is Dimitri. This is
Yeah,
man.
When did you get started? How did you get started?
So we launched November 2019, and so the just in time. So the origin is that I grew up in Texas, and true story is that I my first pair of shoes were cowboy boots.
Yeah.
But I busted my back in my 20s, had a motorcycle accident, and so like normal boots are just, I got one cut open here you can see. So a normal boot is just stacked leather all the way down.
Okay.
And there's no thought of like cushion or arch support or heel counters or any of that stuff. And so they would just wreck my back. And so I wanted a comfortable pair of boots. So I started buying brands that are made in China, like sneakers that are comfortable, but I wanted a handmade boot made in North America. And so I ended up just getting books on boot making and YouTubing it, and ended up moving down to Mexico for half the year.
Really?
And I got trained up at a workshop with father-son, and they were willing to do things old school. A lot of the big brands are now using plastics. They're not using steel. They're not using leather interiors. Yeah. So we go back old school. It's kind of the merger of those two. So we launched in 2019 in October, November, went straight into the pandemic, and got our feet under us. And we were doing last year we did the year before last we did 80% growth, then we did 60, and so we did last year. Anything that you see visually is him, and half of the writing is him. So we're very lean on what we've gotten established. So we're a product first company. The product is better than the competition. We also start at twice the price of a Tecovas, for instance. But we're still underneath where a Lucchese is. So the foundation, I think, is built on concrete. Where we are hitting a limit is that, to be blunt, we're not marketers. Dimitri's an awesome content guy. I'm a brand guy and a product guy. But we now need to figure out a path to 10x.
So what we do is we have what's called playbooks, and it's we come in almost as your head of growth, like a fractional head of growth, and then we create the strategy that the team gets to execute against. If you're going to spend paid, every paid dollar that you have to spend, it has to be efficient.
Yeah.
Right, it has to have an ROI. What we want to do there is leverage the organic content strategy to fuel paid. So things that work well organically, that is what would work well via paid. So we want that to be a bridge to then paid. Then anything that performs also well organically, you create email, SMS, landing pages around. So now organic is like stemming into all other aspects.
So all those
of
other
it.
aspects, the landing pages and the email flows that go. And we've actually since this box was made, we've upgraded the quality of the drawers. But so first of all nobody else has a drawer. They all flip up like a briefcase, and then each one is in its own individual duster to protect it. And so normally before we send these out, that we would have inspected that and gotten that smoothed out.
Yeah, those scream Alex Garcia.
Give that
They're
a
awesome.
shot, man. See how that fits.
Where is y'all's restroom?
Right there, behind that poster.
So you actually fit awesome.
Oh, it's all good.
No, we gotta give him what size you said? We don't have to
It's
say.
awesome.
Whoa.
I'm 5'10" and a half. 5'10" and a half.
You're up to 9.5.
That's crazy. These are awesome. They're comfortable.
Heck yeah.
They are
So
comfortable.
usually, it used to be you had to break your boots in for like months.
Yeah, this is
You know?
very comfortable.
And so the idea is that right out of the box, they're comfortable. Now they're gonna get even more comfortable because this is so stiff, but it will become nice and soft and flexible and get even more comfortable.
We're about to get into an episode of Sweat Equity. This is what, Kate? Episode 38? 37. What?
I don't know, we're BTS.
Yeah. But here's a struggle. Our AC's out. We got these lights pumping us right now. It's about 90, close to 100 out. So we'll be sweating during this episode. So it's not called Sweat Equity without meaning. So it's gonna be rough, but we shall prevail. Alright, so it's Thursday morning. We're at Carhu, and it's we're getting our Olympic weightlifting session. We're going heavier today with cleans and power cleans. We'll be working up to maybe 275. Just a bunch of strength work, accessory work. Then it's hopping right over to the office, meetings all day, and then that's a wrap. I mean, it's just, I'll explain it in a little bit, but we've launched this new product, and because of that, we have just had meetings galore, which is great. Product market fit, amazing, but super busy. I was just talking to Rudy about the days feel longer, the weeks feel shorter, but it's a blessing, baby. Come on. So we just wrapped up power cleans. We wrapped up our top set of 295. Now we're doing clean deadlift. So we're gonna be doing some max weight, 335, 4 sets of 2, before doing some accessory work, and then that's a wrap on the first session of the day. One of the worst but best exercises that I love integrating in my training, or that gets programmed for me, is all these different walking lunging variations. Today was just regular walking lunges, but fuck, they got me doing zerker squat, or zerker holds, front rack holds, sorry, not zerker holds, front rack holds, overhead, all sorts of variations for walking lunges. But man, I could tell I'm progressing because the first couple of weeks of me doing walking lunges, I was like gassed. Like it would say have 2 minutes rest and I'd have to do like 3.5. And now after doing a set, like I'm not even breathing hard. So it's all this accumulation of training, all this accumulation of conditioning, metcons, AMRAPs, EMOMs, just adding up to the point where like my weight training is easy. Like yes, I'm getting fatigued mentally from like a CNS perspective, but from an overall perspective, from a conditioning level, I'm feeling like I'm just making all the progress. It feels like it's all coming together. So it's a good feeling. But we just have some light core work, side bends, reverse hyper, some accessory work. And then we gotta take a hot ass shower up in here and then head to the office. Long day ahead, another session in the evening. So we just wrapped up at the gym. We're headed into the office right now, and we have a busy day. Just like I mentioned, we launched a new product. That product's it just has product market fit, which means there was just meetings after meetings after meetings throughout the day, and that's basically all you're going to see today is back-to-back meetings with different brands that we're potentially going to be working with, and then at some point going to be filming some content, and then it's back at the gym. That is this week. It's meetings, lifting sessions, doing that over and over and over again the entire week, but that's what we signed up for.
Yeah.
Heart was fucking dying.
Oh my god.
Dying.
That's funny. I'm sure there's probably like some interesting psychology behind that limitation that you feel until you let go of that and start because you are changing as you become very wealthy and certain. I'm sure that there's that's probably what happens. You're changing. Well, I had to. This house you live in, the money that we're making, I had to change.
And also, you don't have the tools, because those opportunities have never been there before. So now you're presented with these things. You're like, I don't have tools. If I should say no, I don't know how.
Yeah.
Which is a lame ass excuse, but also true.
Yeah. Humans did.
So we just had Caleb run through here from Strong Coffee. He's kind of giving me the whole rundown on they're one of the title sponsors for the CrossFit Games, and he's kind of giving me the whole campaign, the entire mapping out everything that they're doing for the CrossFit Games, which is pretty dope. It's the first time that they've ever done it. They're the only coffee sponsor, so it's always kind of cool to get this behind the scenes of what an entire company is doing. We're working with Tier for their entire launch. That's going to be its own episode. That's going to be its own thing. And what we're doing is so different from what they're doing, because we're working on a product launch. They're working on an activation, right? And commercials and things that are going on ESPN. So it's dope to see. But we're locked in. This is from 9 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. is nothing but meetings. Next meeting is with Raw Nutrition. One of the things that we're working on with them is they're really trying to break into the endurance market. And they have the best product, hands down the best product. I use it religiously. I ripped 2-3 scoops. You probably saw me drinking it in today's workout. But they've entered into the endurance market, but it's how do they take it over? How do they become the brand in the endurance market when they've been known primarily as a bodybuilding supplement company or nutrition company? And so a lot of that meeting is going to be in regards to how we're doing that, how we're breaking into that, the strategy that we're developing to do that. So that's what I got next. I got 20 minutes to finish prepping.
All right, endurance. Yes, that's one of the things that Simon and I wanted to talk about. We have a designer here an editor here that we think we want to put 80% of his bandwidth on endurance and have him just churn out. Even they're going to Texas next week. They're shooting a ton of additional content with our endurance athletes. So from the video, from the photo, and it would be great for you guys to have a wish list of types of content.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking if this is all for social or for ads or both.
For both. In here, I kind of broke it down. I put out a ton, specifically for the endurance side, of kind of top of funnel and middle funnel content and things that we can repurpose. And then I started putting together a doc as well, just on different things, because these right here have a ton of potential to take 5 to 10 pieces of content outside of all of them, or to take the core video and then skin it 5 to 10 different ways.
Yeah.
Because the way I'm seeing it right here is it's just taking these and having an editor really repurpose them. And then what I started putting in this doc was kind of the frameworks that we can go through to be able to make something that's either top of funnel or middle of funnel. And kind of the way I looked at it is we have repackaging guidelines. We could always have this for YouTube. So can we pull out one motivational video that with a motivational sound that has product integration, but the product integration is after 8 seconds, specifically for a top of funnel piece of content, because the average view time of an Instagram reel is 8 seconds. So if we can use those first 8 seconds to get somebody in, like fully engaged into the content, then we can introduce the product afterwards. So something that's entirely changed our company this kind of the last 4 or 5 months is we started an OKR process, and I think I talked about this in the first episode, where we set up objectives, 3 to 4 objectives that the entire team is like aiming towards. Like we're all rowing in the same direction towards those objections, and then we set up key results underneath those objections, and based on the key results and the things that we map out and the things that we're doing within a 30-day window, if we achieve our key results, then we're going to hit our objective. One of our objectives was launching a new product, and that was 2 months ago. And at the same time, it was expanding our media. Doing both of those things, specifically scaling the media, led to us launching the product and the product just taking off. It's good and bad. The good is, again, it's taken off. Like, it's performing really well. We're working with amazing clients, and things are going great, and the business is scaling very fast, and we're going to probably crush our revenue goal by a landslide by the end of the year. The bad is we're such a small team. We're a very lean team, and because of it, we're getting wrapped into 6 to 9 meetings a day, from 9 a.m. to it's 1 p.m. I'm supposed to be on a meeting right now. I'm late to film this section, or it's 101, and like that is part of it. I still have more meetings up until 6 p.m. and the hard part is, okay, if I am in the weeds all day and I have all sorts of meetings, how can I still feel like I'm being productive? Because it's hard to feel productive when you have so many meetings within one day and your calendar is just booked from end to end. So the way I've been doing it, and the way I've been able to at least feel productive and get productive work done, so it doesn't just feel like I'm in the weeds, it feels like I'm growing the thing, I'm building the thing, especially when we already still set our objectives and key results at the beginning of the month and we have to hit them. What I've been doing is I set a goal for the day. The goal for the day is, what is that one thing that if I get that done, it is a win. I am winning the day. It is a successful day. I am happy. Of course, anything more than that is like cherry on the fucking top. I am like, that is awesome. But as long as I get this one thing done, and I never make it, it's not something easy, right? It's not just a small task that I'm checking off. It's like something like writing all copy for a landing page, building out an entire email sequence, right? Like, it's this big overarching key result or key mover for the company. So if that is you, like I'm dealing with right now, where you're just in meetings all day and it's hard to work on the business, try to set one realistic, good needle mover goal at that day and for every day of the working week that you're hitting day over day, because it will compound, and it'll also make sure that you're focused on the key thing that you need to do to move the company forward versus a bunch of tasks that's just getting shit done to get shit done. So that's what I got. I got to jump back.